The 858th edition of the MMA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Get up to $1,000 deposit match when you sign up at UnderdogFantasy.com using promo code MMA SGPN.
Howdy ho, degenerados. Welcome to the MMA Gambling Podcast and the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, dedicated to our bud, MMA Upside, who just on Twitter just told Tracy Cortez that she's going to be marrying him in the future. So
he said that more than once, to be fair.
Yeah. He copied her in this time, so hopefully she knows. Good luck. Best of luck to
Happy
Mr.
nuptials.
Mr. Mrs. Happy nuptials and Mr. and Mrs. Upside. Tracy Upside coming soon to MMA stage near you. Thanks for coming to the show. I am Christian Soda, aka Jeff Fox. The other voice you heard was not just in your head, it was Daniel Gumby Vreeland. We need him because we're covering PFL MENA today. PFL MENA 2, aka PFL MENA 2 sport washing, because the PFL is not above sport washing either. They're going to Saudi Arabia. MENA, if you've not aware, well, I think we actually looked it up live on the air. It's Middle East, Northern Africa is what that stands for.
Didn't we haggle about what we say? Is it MENA or MENA?
Oh, yeah, I think we did that too. Is it MENA or MENA?
We argued about it, but I don't think ever we got an answer. I'm going to go
run
MENA.
Often enough for us to. Okay, you want to go MENA? This will be a MENA podcast then.
What about you go MENA and I'll go MENA?
Okay, that's fine. You go MENA, I'll go MENA. Sure. But potato. So today we are covering. We actually split this into two different weight classes because they are starting up. It's tournaments. It's PFL, so they're tournaments actually. Today's all about the welterweight tournament. And last year's champion, for some reason, is I guess they want to keep him busy. He's fighting on this card as well, but he's not in the tournament and he's not defending a belt because I don't think they have belts, do they? Don't they just win a tournament and that's it?
They won the tournament. I think he got a belt for winning the tournament, but the old prize used to be that gets you to PFL proper, which it didn't. And here we are.
Getting to PFL proper is not what it used to be anyhow. So, this is it's a fight card and we can watch it and we can bet on it. So it doesn't, I don't know if we can recommend any more than that. How is actually, I've caught clips, I guess, of MENA. Am I supposed to say MENA? I'm supposed to say MENA. MENA, what's the level of competition like, the level of fighters?
I mean, it's pretty good. I feel like some of these guys would beat some of the PFL Europe guys. I mean, like it stands right where it's supposed to, I think, in terms of being just like are we calling it minor league? Like minor league PFL? Like it's
feeder,
it's one of their feeders, and it's I would say the style is different, right? Like a lot of times when we watch PFL Europe, it's like a lot of rangy strikers, and people are gonna let you because it's like British and Italian fighters who Italy's got good wrestling, but maybe it hasn't made the transition yet to the MMA side of things. So you see like a lot of strikers, Irish guys, obviously good striking country as well. And here you see like a lot of like, Egyptian and Middle Eastern wrestlers, which is, that tends to bring a very different style. And it, actually plays into a lot of the breakdowns we're going to do over today and tomorrow.
Well, that's good. There, Gumby sold it better than PFL could ever sell anything in just what
you don't like the way Don Davis sells things.
In just that 1 minute clip there, that's a better selling job than anything Don Davis has ever done. It's good job, Gumby. All right. Oh, and I forgot to mention this is a no UFC, no problem week. So, you Americans have some holiday this week, right?
We do. Yeah. We got the one where we light stuff on fire and shoot
stuff on fire, blow things up. Yeah. So that's coming up. So no UFC this weekend. And remember, you're getting us. We're not leaving because it's a holiday. I'm actually going away, but you're still getting episodes. You're only getting 4 this week because we gave you 6 last week. So don't be whining when you only get 4. Just go blow something up if you're American. All right.
Blow something up even if you're not American.
Exactly. Just blow things up. It's a therapeutic. You can also win some stuff. We don't want NASCAR cars blowing up, but NASCAR has an in-season tournament going on right now. And we, the SGPN network, is running a free contest. So head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/NASCAR contest for your chance to win a $200 gift card. And make sure to subscribe to the NASCAR Gambling Podcast. I don't follow NASCAR, but I do follow those guys because they are always hitting big bets. So there you go. All right, let's dive into PFL MENA 2 Riyadh 2025. Is it Riyadh season, Gumby? Do you keep up on?
I
these
don't think
things?
it's Riyadh season. I think that's their tourist group. It's like visit, like visit.
Yeah.
Every place has got like visit Haiti or whatever it is, and like the Riyadh season, I think only sponsors the UFC.
Visit Western Mass, right?
Yeah, nope, there isn't one of those. I don't think.
Don't visit Gumby. He doesn't want you to. This is going down on July the 4th, so they're celebrating your big holiday in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. So that's this coming Friday, 12 Eastern start time. So maybe you'll be sober enough to watch it, listeners and viewers, and to bet on it. And you won't be blowing things up. The Green Halls in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, if you want to go to it. That sounds cool, actually. It's on DAZN. Oh boy, you guys get it on DAZN as well in the States? Or
no. Yeah, it's actually easier to watch PFL now more than ever, because it used to be they didn't have a broadcast deal here, they didn't have a broadcast deal, and it looked like they were trying to shop it around. And now it is all available. PFL dropped their own app, which I begrudgingly downloaded and flipped through. And despite my usual ragging on PFL for all things that they do, it's pretty functional and pretty easy. And you can tell that I can't vouch for its stream quality yet, but it does look like it's going to be easy to watch fights on it.
Wow, there you go. See, Gumby, once again, is selling PFL better than Don Davis ever could. All right, let's dive into some fights, shall we? We're starting, actually, no, we're not starting. We're starting and finishing with the 170s today. So we're going to do the 4 opening round, quarterfinal bouts for the 170-pound title. And they win like $250,000 or something.
I think it's 100,000.
Oh, that's right. This one's less. Everything's less. So they win about $100,000, and then who knows? Future opportunities, quote unquote. All right, let's dive into it. Any overarching narratives or thoughts on the 170 class of fighters?
No, not really.
Good, perfect. Rostem Akman, he is from Kurdistan. Amir Fazli, he is from Iran. Their flags very similar in thumbnails. We don't have odds yet because we're a little ahead of the event as of this recording. So Gumby will give you his best guesstimate, and then you act accordingly when the lines do drop. You can always discuss the lines in our Discord, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Discord, or on our YouTube comments, MMA Gambling Podcast, because people tend to let us know the second the lines drop, and then people, steam them one way or the other. All right. Fazli is the Prince, 6-3, 4 knockouts, 1 submission. He's been submitted once. 0-2 in PFL. He's lost 2 straight. And before that, he won 4 straight. He's not won since May of 2023. He's regional champ. He's fed at 185, 3 inches height, an inch reach over Akman. Akman is Curtimus Prime. That could be a good nickname. That could be a good nickname for me.
That's a real new nickname too.
Oh yeah. Do you know what it was before or not?
It was something real short when he was in the UFC. I can't remember what it was.
I totally forgot he even was in the UFC. I'm like, oh yeah, he lost 2 fights in the UFC. He's 7-4, 5 knockouts, 1 submission. He's been knocked out twice. This is his debut. He's 1-4 over his last 5, but he did win his last bout. That was back in February 2023. He's not lost since April 2022. One benefit of not fighting very often. 0-2 in the UFC. Do you remember who he lost to? Or am I asking too much?
Jake Matthews was the one that got him cut, and then Sergey Condonzo, maybe.
Wow, I don't even remember.
That sounds like a real.
Yes, that Sergey is a real
Condonzo.
Wow, I don't remember that guy. I'm blanking out on this on this whole stretch of UFC.
He was like a Russian who wasn't very good at wrestling.
Yeah, he's definitely a Russian with that name. Akman, he used to fight at 179, that vaunted weight class of 179. All right, Gumby, line and winner, please, and thank you.
So look, I think the line's going to come in here close. Fazli obviously doesn't have a great record, and neither does Akman. Akman's got the UFC credentials too, although his record lately is a lot worse, right? 1-4, you said in his last 5. But if you look at those 5 too, right? It's Sergey Condonzo, like I just said.
Apparently he's a fighter.
Yeah, Jake Matthews. And I think when he got cut from the UFC, I want to say Ian Gary was his first fight outside of the UFC.
Yeah, he did fight Ian Gary.
And then another like future UFC fighter beat him in that 4-fight stretch. Actually, like his 2 losses outside of the UFC might be better than his 2 losses inside the UFC. So like, it's a higher level of competition. I'm going to say for that reason, he comes in here as a favorite. We'll say like -165. And I'm going to take Akman in this one. I think when you watch Fazli fight, there's a couple of big problems. Number one, he looks like anytime he's fought a guy who wrestles or can wrestle, he's gun shy on the feet because he's unwilling to let go. with the risk of there possibly being a takedown in return. He throws less. Most of what he throws when he's fighting a wrestler, because he's worried about that takedown, is the straight jab to the body. And like, hey, that's fine. That's a strike that works, and it's a strike that works against wrestlers. But like, if that becomes your only offense, that's a real problem, right? And if you go back and you watch this fight with Alaqraa, who we're going to be talking about later on in the show, Alaqraa is a guy who has good takedowns and is going to shoot takedown after takedown after takedown. He threw a couple of jabs, overextended himself one time, and was on his ass. And Akman, maybe his boxing isn't great. Maybe he hasn't put everything together. But one thing he is able to do is shoot takedowns. He got a couple of takedowns in the UFC. He's gotten a couple of takedowns in his most recent fights. It's mostly like body lock and brute strength. Maybe not the most fun kind of wrestling to watch, but it should be effective against Fazli. So I'm going to go with Rostem Akman here. I think he's good enough to grind this one out.
Everything you said was correct, except for him being a favorite. 14% of Tapologists are in on him.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I mean, the book has got to trust his UFC career, though. Yeah, I mean, it's got it.
Hopefully not, though. They don't have to. Hopefully they don't, right?
Maybe.
If you're in the other side, hopefully they do not. All right, we're doing another fight from the 170 weight class here, obviously, because the whole episode is you dummy. This is a Moroccan, Badreddine. What's his last name again? Badreddine Diani. He's fighting Ahmed Abdel Baset. If you mix his letters around, his last name is Beast, which is what his nickname should be. He's from Egypt. They are fighting 3 5-minute rounds. That's what all these fights are. 170. Baset 1-0. That's it. No finishes. He's got one decision win.
Now that I gotta caveat that because he does have a ton of Tapology record ineligible fights. He's fought professionally, I want to say 5 times already, but Tapology only recognizes one of them.
Yep, that's where I was headed next. He's 4-0 on his record ineligible fights, 1 knockout, 2 submissions. So overall, he's 5-0 with a knockout and 2 submissions. But those fights were a little shady by Tapology standards. This is his debut in PFL. He's 5 years younger than Diani. Diani is a dream chaser, 8-3, 2 knockouts, 2 submissions. He's been knocked out twice. 1-0 in PFL. He's won 2 straight and 4 or 5. He's a regional champ. He's fight at 185, an inch taller than Baset. Were you able to find any film on this Baset character? I'm probably saying his name wrong. It's probably Baset or something.
I think it's Baset.
Is it? That's so American.
I could be wrong. But yeah, I found some film on him, and basically to me, he looks real rudimentary with his hands, and I think that's his undoing in this one. I think Diani's going to be a massive favorite, not just because of the 1-0 record for Baset, but like, I mean, like if you watch either of them fight, there's no reason to not make Diani a big favorite. And Diani is a PFL guy too. He like came from the PFL and is, fought a bunch of times in their tournaments and on their cards and stuff like that. So I'm going to say Diani -300. And like I said, Baset likes the takedown, but it's a lot of brute strength. I've seen him go for one of those takedowns, when a wrestler throws an overhand right and then he looks for the trip on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes he just leaves the hand up top either over the shoulder or on the shoulder to like push for the takedown. I saw him do one of those and he literally just pushed the guy across the cage. And then they scrambled. He didn't even finish the takedown. And I'm like, well, that can't be good, right? Like that's not a good thing. That means we've got a lot of power and no control over what to do with it. And Diani himself is a pretty good wrestler. Like I'm not going to sit here and tell you he's, an amazing wrestler or he's going to go toe to toe with this guy in wrestling, but he's good enough in wrestling that I think he can stall this guy out. And then on the feet, he's one of those guys who's got lots of lateral movement when it comes to his striking. And when you're talking about a guy who's brute strength and maybe not so technical with his takedowns at Baset, lateral movement will be one of his worst nightmares, right? He's going to be shooting takedowns, and Diani's just going to be a matador. This guy's going to move beside him, push him to the side, clip him with a couple on the side of the head, and then get back to striking range. And I think that's a big piece of it. And also Diani, I got to mention, does have a combat sambo background. He before he turned pro or while he was a pro, he was doing combat sambo tournaments too. So you have to imagine his grappling is up to snuff from that at least, even if you haven't seen enough of him in a cage doing it. But yeah, I think Diani stuffs the takedowns. He blasts Baset here, and I'm going to take him as what should be a pretty large favorite.
All right. Did you give us a number?
I said -300.
Okay. Sorry, I missed that. -300 it is for Diani. All right. Before we get you some more winning plays, it is time. Is it time? I think it's time. It's time to tell you about MyBookie.ag. We are brought to you by MyBookie.ag. MyBookie is your place to bet in every sport, including MLB, WNBA, golf, and of course, football futures. MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of locations. Easy deposit, lightning fast payouts using crypto. Yes, they will have PFL lines up there for you. When you do head to MyBookie.ag, use our promo code MMASGPN. That way you get 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply. That's MyBookie.ag, promo code MMASGPN. And Circa's Ultimate Fantasy Football giveaway is ongoing. Circa Resort and Casino in Las Vegas is giving away the ultimate fantasy football experience for a 12-person league to draft in Vegas and be treated like VIPs for your stay. You'll get a limo ride from the airport, a $5,000 tab for stadium swim, and a hotel stay for you and your 11 league mates. And you can always get 15% off at all the Circa properties with promo code SGP15. It's your last chance. So make sure you enter the Circa Ultimate Fantasy Football giveaway at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Circa. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/CIRCA. Moving right along to
Welterweight.
Another
welterweight.
Welterweight, yes. Moving right along to another welterweight fight. Mohamed Zarey. He is from Norway, yet he is the Kurdish gorilla. He's a Kurd living in Norway. He's fighting Ayman Galal. He is from Egypt. Let's break it down. 3 5-minute rounds, 170. You know the routine by now. The Maestro Galal is 4-1 with 1 no contest, 2 knockouts, 1 submission. He's been knocked out once. He owes his rounds. He's won 2 straight, both via finish. He's not lost since December 2022. He has fought at 161 and 170. Zarey is the Kurdish gorilla, as I said. 9-1, 1 knockout, 6 submissions. He's been knocked out once. This is his debut in PFL. Actually, both guys, this is their debut in PFL. He's won 4 straight fights there. He has submission win in his last bout. He's fought at 170, 185, 194. We got a lot of fun weight classes today. An inch of height, 3 inches of reach over. Inch of height, 3 years younger than Galal. That's all I got.
I'm going to say Zarey, like a -215 favorite, like a +185, +190 return on Galal. And, maybe I'm wrong because maybe Akman wound up being an underdog, but I was going to take my first dog swing here at Galal, or at least in my estimation. I still think Rostem Akman's going to be a favorite. I can't imagine they take a 2-fight UFC veteran and make him an underdog against a 6-3 guy. That's nuts to me. But maybe they do. Hey, maybe they do. But I'm going to take Galal here. He's somebody who I'm pretty sure will be an underdog. I think people seem to like Zarey. He's a big, strong dude. Is Zarey. You see a lot of good Greco-Roman style takedowns from him. But the reason I like Galal here is, first of all, Galal does some pretty good things in terms of the wrestling defense. He does a good job of getting his hips away. He does a good job of circling away and making sure he's not staying there after the takedown attempt. And from a striking perspective, much, much better. Because Zarey, all I've watched from his striking, I actually wrote down, this is how technical my notes are for anybody who's ever wondering. It says slow bullshit strikes from distance.
Ah, nice. It's like me. He hit hard, he hit slow. Yeah.
And no, I had to write it that way because I was like, it was kicks, it was hooks, it was jabs, it was everything, but they were just like slow and none of them hit the technique that he was really trying to hit. Like he knew what all of the punches were and he throws a diverse bunch of them, but they're all bullshit. None of them are any good. And then when you watch the other side and you watch Galal here, it's not often I take the guy who I think is going to outstrike and not be the better grappler, but I do think his defense is good enough to force him to strike a little bit. And then on top of that, Galal throws a lot of kicks up the middle. And I think that's big against a wrestler, particularly one who's like, going to be telegraphing his shots more. Now, granted, he also does some Greco-Roman wrestling too. So, maybe less susceptible to getting hit with a front kick up the middle. But also, all those things together, in Galal otherwise strikes really well too. Like he'll brawl with you if he starts to have success and he's starting to feel comfortable, which could be a problem here against Zarey. But otherwise, his strikes come straight. They come right down the chimney. And I think that's enough to keep somebody like Zarey at bay. So I'm going to take Ayman Galal here. And like I said, probably not quite plus 200, but in that realm.
5% on Galal.
5%. Man,
Yeah.
these Tapology numbers are surprising me today.
Yeah.
So maybe we wind up with a whole bunch of big dogs. I bet you I know the side on the next two, though.
All right. We'll see. We got Omar Hussein. He is from Palestine versus Mohamed Alaqraa. How do you say his name again?
Alaqraa.
Alaqraa. Alaqraa, right? He's from Kuwait, I believe. A lot of these flags are very similar. Yes, he is from Kuwait. They are fighting 3 5-minute rounds. This is the other half, or the final of the 4 opening round fights of the 170 tournament. Alaqraa is 7-1, 2 knockouts, 1 submission. He has never been finished. I think I forgot to write that down, but I don't think he's been. No, he's been TKO'd once because that was his last bout. He got TKO'd in his last bout. He's gone 2-1 in PFL. He's 3 years younger than Hussein, 3 inches of reach on him. Hussein, nickname 187, 187. 11-6, 2 knockouts, 4 submissions. He's been submitted 3 times. 0-1 in PFL. He's won 2 straight. Before that, he lost 3 straight, and he's gone 4-5 over his last 9. He's fought at 155 and 165, 5 inches taller than Alaqraa.
Do you know what 187 is a reference to?
Yes, 187 is the police code for murder, is it not?
Yeah, that's correct. I only know that because there used to be a fighter out of Australia, a girl fighter, I think 125er, who fought in the
They
UFC.
let girls fight?
Yeah, Nadia Kassem. Do you remember Nadia Kassem?
I do remember the name. Yep.
Yeah, she was 187 too.
I know 187 from Snoop Dogg back in the day, back in the early 90s. So there you go. We're both cool, Gumby. We know what 187 means. Let's get back to Hussein. Let's break down his resume. He's 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
sorry. You have more to say? Did I give his resume out?
No,
you already did it. That's right.
You already did it.
Yeah, I did it. All right. Give us a winning pick.
I'm going to go with Alaqraa.
Okay.
I think he's going to be a massive favorite here. Probably in the negative 500, 600 range. Remember, he's coming off of having fought in the finals against El Dafrawy, who we're going to talk about next.
Mm-hmm.
And in that fight, man, like he was ahead. The big thing for him is the takedowns. He shoots a takedown, shoots a takedown, he shoots a takedown, he shoots a takedown, and he's got 100 ways to get you down. He's got trips, he's got doubles, really good mat returns when he takes your back. That's been really valuable for him in the past. All of those things are good. And then on the other side, not to discredit everything that Omar Hussein does, but just like I watched one of his most recent fights when he was fighting Chizov when he was in the PFL the first time. I think he was just like on an undercard when they came to the region once. And in that fight with Chizov, like he shot the takedown, Hussein did, and yet somehow he wound up on bottom every single time for the most part. And like that alone tells me against Alaqraa, he's not going to have a lot of chances. And Alaqraa's all right on the feet. I mean, like he did an all right defending against El Dafrawy until he didn't. And so like there's something there for him. But ultimately, I think this fight gets, kind of broken down based on how good somebody is in grappling. And that's Alaqraa here. So probably a massive favorite, but I'll still take Alaqraa.
Yeah, he's like 96% on Tapology. So maybe they're on the right side for that one. All right, before we get to the main event, the aforementioned El Dafrawy in the main event, let me tell you about Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Best Ball Mania is happening all summer long, giving away $15 million in prizes, including a $2 million purse to first place. No waiver wire, no arguments about trades. Best ball is the best way to play fantasy football. Underdog is also a great place to play Pick'em, as Gumby will let you know with a winner here.
Yeah, we're a little bit recording ahead of time, but I will just tell you that one of the people who I've noticed has been lighting it up lately. It's been Jarren Duran from the Boston Red Sox. 2 doubles in his last 3 games. So let's go the higher than on his total bases.
All right, let's do it. Take the code MMA SGPN, and then when you sign up at Underdog Fantasy, you get a special pick and a first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. We're just giving away free credits and money everywhere. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code MMA SGPN. And you've heard us talk about Rhythm before, and they just dropped a game-changing feature called Power Trends. These are AI-detected patterns where Rhythm's model has consistently won and has a high ROI. Think a strikeout prop that wins 59% of the time when the line and win probability hit a certain range. Power trends are updated daily and exclusive to Rhythm. No touts, no noise, just clean, data-backed bets. Download the Rhythm app, check out Power Trends, and start betting smarter. We will be. Have you found anything there recently, Gumby?
Yeah, where do you think I got the info? Yeah, where do you think I got the info on Jarren Duran? He had hits in 4 out of his last 5 games. He had a couple of doubles in there, and then he had a good history against Mr. Jose Barrios, who he was facing that day. So gotta love all that stuff from Jarren Duran.
Yep, you can go check out that stuff for free with the 7-day free trial by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That is spelled RITHMM. That's the important part, the spelling. All right, we got a feature about I don't know why. Don't know what it's for. It's just for fun, I guess. Last year's champ, Omar Dafrawy. He is from Egypt. He's fighting against Daniele Miceli. He is from Italy. They're fighting 3 5-minute rounds at 170. Miceli is the cyborg. 13-6 with 1 no contest, 2 knockouts, 7 submissions. He's been knocked out 5 times, submitted once. He's 2-1 in PFL. It's so 2-1 over his last 3, 4-1 with 1 no contest over his last 6. He got submitted in his last bout. He went 0-1 with 1 no contest in Bellator, RIP. Used to fight at 145 and 155, missed weight before at 145. He's up 25 pounds a weight class now, so you'd think he'd be good. 2013 pro MMA debut, 0-1 as a pro grappler. Dafrawy is 13-5, 8 knockouts, 2 submissions. He's been knocked out once. Durable guy. 3-0 in PFL in the 2024 MENA. No, MENA. No, yeah, I'm MENA. You're MENA. No, I'm MENA. You're MENA. MENA champ. 7-0, 2 straight TKO wins. He's not lost since March 2023. He's a regional champ. He's fought at 155 and 185. 8 years younger than Miceli. 2 inches taller, 2 inches of reach on him.
Showcase fight for Dafrawy. I don't know, -850. Yeah. You know, it's kind of the line. And look, I'm not just saying that because he's the former champ, but like they brought Miceli in here for a showcase fight. And like you mentioned, he used to fight 25 pounds lighter, right? Like that's a problem when you're fighting Dafrawy, whose biggest trait is his, crazy power. He went in there with Alaqraa, who's a way better wrestler than him. Just kept getting up over and over again because he's so strong, and then started whipping those hands around. And Alaqraa didn't hang around in that fight. So, I like Dafrawy. And then in addition to that, like Miceli, I watched one of his older fights and he was exhausted in the clinch after being in there for just a couple of minutes. So, I mean, I don't know what his path to victory is. Do you want to stand at range with this 170-pound bowling ball who's throwing haymakers at your head? Or do you want to mix it up in the clinch where you typically get tired and now we're going to be wrestling guys way bigger than some of the ones you fought in the past? Like, neither of those seem like a wise path to victory for Miceli. And, I don't know, maybe his submission game is what he wants. I have no idea how he plans on winning this fight. And that's why, I expect Dafrawy to be damn near close to 4 figures on the negative side. And I'm still picking him to win here.
Boo. That's okay. All right. Dafrawy, Alaqraa, Galal, Diani, and Akman are the winning plays. No lightning round because we're giving you. Actually, there might be one fight that we can do a lightning round. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow.
It's an amateur fight with people I've never heard of. So
then we're not going to do it.
And you're not going to get odds on that one anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So as fun as it would be to say I did the whole card, it's maybe not necessary.
Yeah, you complete us out there. You go ahead and do it yourself. All right, you're all set for the 170 weight class at least. Tomorrow we will be back with 135s. In the meantime, Discord, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Discord, YouTube, MMA Gambling Podcast, Twitter, SGPN MMA. He's at Gamble and I'm at Jeff Fox Writer. They are on Instagram. Check out my Substack, moneymma.substack.com. Check out Gumby's Top Turtle MMA podcast. Is it too early to know who's going to be on it this coming week, Gumby?
No, I'm talking with a guy from PFL Europe, Salvatore Liga, and then also a Contender Series guy, Anthony Gracio. And let me tell you something. It's one of the longest interviews I've ever done. Yeah. It's one of the most unique interviews I've ever done. And you're probably going to either love it or hate it. So tune in for that.
I've been told to tune in for that for weeks now. So I can't wait. Of course, that's Top Turtle. And of course, sportsgamblingpodcast.com, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/store, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Patreon. We shall be back tomorrow. Like I said, whose turn is it? My turn, I think. It'd be 187 Jeff Fox and the Maestro Gumby Free, and then we'll talk to you tomorrow.